Okay, this video is for volume of pyramids, cones, and spheres. And so the first example I'm doing is a pyramid. That's example 5. So for a pyramid, the formula for volume, I'm going to show you, it's on your formula sheet, is 1/3 area of the base times height. So for example 5, I'm going to copy that formula next to the volume blank. So 1/3 area of the base times height. So I need the area of the base and I need the height. So B is the area of the base, and so the base for this pyramid is the bottom, and that is a square. So the formula for the area of a square is base times height. So this is my base. Base of this purple square is 6, and then the height of the purple square is also 6. So area 6 times 6. So that's 36 centimeters squared. I also need the height, and I don't have the height. The height is a vertical line from the center of the base to the very top of your pyramid, and that measurement is missing. Be careful. The 5, that is the slant height, which was the cursive L. And remember, I only need that if I'm trying to find surface area. I'm not trying to find surface area, so I need to find the regular height, which is that H. So to find that, I'm going to create a right triangle with those dotted lines. So here's my right triangle, and I'm going to use A squared plus B squared equals C squared to find the height. So my A is the height that I'm trying to find. B is not 6. 6 is the entire base of the pyramid. I only want half of it, so my B is going to be 3. And then my C is that 5, which is the slant height. That's my C value. So I plug those in, and I need to solve for H. So I need to get H by itself. So first thing I want to do is I want to square those numbers. So I have H squared, 3 squared, that's 3 times 3, that's 9. And then 5 squared, that's 5 times 5, that's 25. And I need H by itself, so I have to cancel that 9. Opposite of plus is minus. Do it on both sides. So now I have H squared equals 25 minus 9 gives me 16. And then to get rid of that square, I have to take the square root. So the square root cancels the square, and I have to do it on both sides. So now H is by itself, and the square root of 16 is 4. So my height for the pyramid is 4 centimeters. And now I have both the height and the area of the base, so now I can plug it in for volume. So my formula is going to be 1/3 times 36, which is the area of the base, times 4, which is the height. So now I just multiply those numbers. 1/3 times 36 times 4, and that gives me a total of 48. So my volume, 48 centimeters cubed. Alright, so for example 6, it's very similar. I need the radius of the cone. The radius is that 6 right there. That's my R. The height, one more time, is missing. The 10 that they're giving me, that is the slant height. I only need that for surface area. This is volume, so I need the regular height, which is this line. So just like the previous example, I create a right triangle right here, and I solve it in the same way. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And I'm plugging in my numbers. So my A is the height that I'm trying to find. B is that radius, which is 6. C is the slant height, which is 10. And then I solve. So 6 times 6, that's 36. And on the right side, 10 times 10, that's 100. Again, I need H by itself, so I cancel the 36 by subtraction. So subtract it from both sides. So I have h squared equals 100 minus 36 is going to give me 64. And then to get rid of the square one more time, I take the square root. And so the square root of 64 is 8. So my height for the cone is 8. Okay, so now let's look at the formula for volume of a cone. So formula for volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared, which is the formula for area, times height. 1/3 pi r squared, and then times height. And then I just plug in. So I have 1/3 pi, the radius is 6, the height is 8, and I'm expressing my answers in terms of pi. So I'm gonna do 6 squared, which is 36, times 8, and then times 1/3, and that's gonna give me 96. So right here I have 96 pi. Since I didn't type the pi in the calculator, I have to keep the pi next to my number. Okay, so that's formula for cones. And then last one. So example 7, we have a sphere, and the formula for the volume of a sphere, I'm going to write it down. I'm just getting it from the formula sheet. It's 4/3 pi r cubed. Oh, I forgot my units. So radius for my sphere. The radius, this is the diameter, so diameter is 20, but I want the radius. Radius is always half your diameter. So radius is from the center to the side, so that's 10. And then now plug in my radius for the r. So then in your calculator you will type 10 cubed, so 10 times 10 times 10, and then you multiply by the 4/3, and it's going to give you a decimal, so we're going to round to the nearest hundred. This gives me 1,333.33, and then pi next to your number. And that's it. That's for spheres.